Welcome to our interview series with WellNest Global and international holistic experts, Consilience, exploring new ways of thriving. You can find this series on our YouTube channel at WellNest Global. And our intention with this program is to empower our audience with tools, wisdom, and resources to assist you in your journey of thriving in this life.
I'm your host, Valarie Angle Roberts, and today we are here with Dina Ziskin-Fortune, divine energy healer, quantum facilitator, and spiritual mentor. Thank you so much for being here today with us, Dina.
Thank you so much. So happy to be here.
Yes. So Dina and I have known each other a little while in the virtual space online. Unfortunately, our ships have passed in the wind and we haven't got to meet face to face yet, but we've been really close. It just hasn't happened yet, but we will. And I'm excited to talk to you today and let you introduce yourself to the WellNest Global community. So go ahead and start off by sharing who you are as a person, Dina. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you do?
Okay, so I am an intuitive artist and I also facilitate divine feminine sacred circles, and I assist others with their creativity, opening up, clearing what's blocking them, and just reinvigorating, reactivating soul language, your inner soul artist, and really just like to have fun and connect. I love connecting with other, soul family, and big on connection and having fun. And I love, obviously, to paint. I'm addicted to painting and now addicted to writing as well. I'm now a #1 international best-selling author. So that's part of being part of an anthology. So I like to stretch the limits and get out of my comfort zone.
I think that's great. I really think that, that's what we're here for, in my opinion. We're here to add to the soup, so to say, right? We're here to create and expand consciousness. And if
Exactly.
we don't box, we can't do that. We got to get uncomfortable, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So
exactly.
Yeah, super important. And you bring, what I love about you is whenever I'm in your energy, you bring such a fun, light vibration to the field, and you bring that, like, you talk about and do deep work, but you bring a childlike playfulness to that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I actually have inadvertently facilitated inner child healing. So I feel that I invite the inner child within of the other person to come out. And I do that with play, with art mostly, and sometimes just in the process of a session of that, being in that energy exchange where just being ourselves can activate energy within the other person. And a lot of it is like that giving permission, that one person being themselves gives another person permission to be themselves, just being ourselves. And I'm like, oh, that's what happened. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
I feel like we're ready for that as a society. Like, I feel like the norms of society for the past 200 or more years, probably thousands of years, to be honest, but like especially the past 100, 200 years has been so stifling and like serious, and like we've put on these masks of how to be in the world, and it had to look this certain way. And even, I do a lot of my business online. I mean, I'm basically just online now, and there's so much like masking, fake, let me pretend to be this so you'll like me. And I just feel like that humanity is ready to crack that. And like we were talking before we went live about fixing, I'm like, I've got my ratty tank top on, we're fixing our shirt. Like, you know what, we're just real people. And I think that's what the world craves right now. Do you think so?
Oh my gosh, really? I feel like there's a lot of conversation about bringing your authenticity into your business, and I feel like a lot of people have different definitions of what authenticity is, and getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I will tell you, I've been spending a lot of time in LinkedIn, where that conversation has really shifted to people really talking about the power of authenticity. People want to connect with each other. Like, and it's that, and it does take an effect that know, like, and trust. And I feel like there's another layer of soul resonance. So if someone's really being allowing their energy to come through and not trying to control it and really getting in that flow of being, I think people are more apt to gravitate and magnetize them because, like, ooh, like, they feel it. They feel the energy of that person. So people were telling me I'm authentic. They love my authenticity. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just being me, but I'm also being the version of me that you bring out. So there's like multiple layers in that too, because I feel like we're very multidimensional, multi-aspected beings living in a human body.
Yeah, yeah, great point. I love how you mentioned the soul alignment, because we hear, especially in business marketing all the time, know, like, and trust, know, like, and trust. But you can know and like and trust a whole lot of people, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be in soul alignment with them, that you're going to want to work closely with them, or you feel that deep soulful connection, family connection necessarily. So
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a learned thing, a discernment of like feeling into your body of like, wow, like knowing for some reason you just have to work with that person. Like somehow, just like, you don't know why, but it's just
yeah, yeah.
that knowing.
Yeah, on the other side, you just don't remember over here.
Yeah, exactly.
That way. Right. So talk a little bit about your work that you do. So you're involved in the Global Divine Feminine Circle membership. That's a women's online kind of sacred circle membership. And then you
Yeah.
also offer, through your own business realm, you offer your own intuitive and healing art courses. And you do that energy healing, quantum facilitation. So talk a little bit about like what you do for work and how you help
Okay.
people through that in that spiritual, energetic way.
And I will be authentic and say I still do have a full-time job that I work that fuels me and gives me financial stability, and it's tapping into what people need. What I feel is the best way to explain it is I connect with dragons a lot in my work. And I have a dragon circle where we do dragon ceremony once a month. And what I also do is I channel dragon energy with light language, and we bring through that energy uh, to assist others in really activating their soul remembrance, empowerment, soul empowerment, really activating gifts and remembrance. Um, and that dragon ceremony and group is really focused on connecting with our dragon, our inner dragon, and our dragon guides. Um, for the whole of raising the vibration and doing our inner work. And the more people I feel connect with their dragon energy and their dragon guides, that really assists them with the healing, the shadow work. And it's opened up a lot of doors for me, because when I started to really channel dragon light language, it brought me into more of a shamanic practice without I've never fully studied. I did take some classes on shamanic work. However, it comes naturally to me. So what I offer in my sessions is Akashic record journeys, activation of soul remembrance, which includes soul language, light language activation, also the activation of their inner artist. So and it's really about bringing that person into a space where they can clear their energy, they can receive activations that assist them in an embodiment of who they truly are. And also see where their growth is, see where they're going, receive more clarity on their mission. It's really kind of guided, like very much intuitively guided, but I blend in Akashic record reading and light language and soul language and art. So one session is where one person may come to me where we're opening up their clairs and we're opening up their artistic abilities more, and releasing whatever is blocking them from fully expressing themselves. I can go on, but I have a lot of different sessions. But more recently, I have an offering where it's centered around the dragon light language and really the connection with the dragon self, and for them to truly take off the mask, like you said, and be more comfortable with who they are, coming out, being in service. So it's very intuitively guided, though.
So how would someone, like someone's watching and they're like, oh, this is really interesting, the dragon, connection and all that. Like, does everybody have access to that, or are certain people called to work with you in that area?
I do feel like most of the people that come to me have some kind of connection with dragons, whether they know it or not. And usually it's like the beginning of their dragon connection, where they recently saw like some dragon energy, some dragons in the sky or something happen, and then they see me. So I do feel like a big part of my population is working with people that are somehow have some kind of connection with dragons. Now, do I work with all the people that have a dragon connection? No, but there's definitely, I feel the people that usually drawn to me are people that are on a mission, involved also with their creativity, and more of an artistic, wanting to use their art in a more soulful practice, whether they want to be a full-time artist or not. And I'm fine tuning the who is my ideal customer, because it's really that niche is really, it's been an experiment, I gotta say, like noticing who are my people, because I'm like, I usually, if I go to Dina, it just happens like that. Like someone will get my name or they'll see my post. It's funny like that.
Yeah. The universe just brings you what you need. Like yesterday, it was so funny, just to kind of give people perspective on what to look for. Synchronicity. There's no coincidence. There's nothing is happenstance. Everything is intentional, right? So I'm taking a walk with my dogs and I'm listening to an audiobook, and he's talking about the library. And then while the audiobook, it's Jim Rohn, he's talking about the library, and this car drives by with like the county library sticker on the side. I was like, okay, let me just get my notes out and be like, I got to do something to do with the library. I mean, that's what in the world, right? Like when you see, so people will they'll see like signs of dragon somehow in their life, and then somewhere like a post will pop up about you, or someone will be like, oh yeah, my friend Dina or whatever, and then the next thing you know, here you are. So like if you're watching this and you've recently like had a couple of dragon experiences, or something has came to mind in that way, and now you're watching this, and like this is your sign, right? You're the one
Basically,
to be contacting Dina right now, because it's never an accident. There's no accident. It's always
no accidents. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if you could have told me a couple of years ago that I'd be speaking dragon light language and being a speaker on different platforms about dragons and speaking dragon light language, I'd be like, I don't know about that. And the other thing is that one of my biggest focuses also is about also healing, healing like soul wounds, inner child wounds, but it's more of a empowering session. So like if I bring you into your Akashic records, it's more like a shamanic experience where you get to actually be an active participant in your own Akashic experience. It's not just me telling you all these things. It's also you being empowered to receive messages, to receive visualizations, and be able to receive what is meant for you in that space. And I could go on and on, but I got open to Akashic record readings years ago, and I've been practicing and practicing, and it evolved into the way that I do it. It has a lot to do with energy clearing, timeline clearing, but it's opening and being more connected with you. I'm just a facilitator of that energy, of assisting with clearing what can be cleared to, I know I use that word again a lot, but being more in your own energy, if that makes sense.
Would you say the majority of the work that you do is distant, like online, through relationships that you find online?
Yes, and I am working on teaching more intuitive classes in person. It's just through COVID, the whole couple of years when everything really blossomed, it was immediately online. So, but I do teach intuitive art classes here and there in person. It's just there seems to be more online with that lately. Although I want to do it in person. So if someone were to be like, hey, Dina, will you come to my house and do an intuitive art class at my house for my friends and I will do that. Like I just did it, Jen's. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And we had 5 beautiful souls all get to tap into their inner artist and connect with their higher self and do some painting. And then they connected with each other at the same time. So I really, really want to have like equal in person and online.
Yeah. The power of having the energy in the actual space is just magnificent. I love it in person. It's so wonderful. And that's why we opened the wellness center when we had the brick and mortar. Like I wanted that energy. I didn't want to lose that, so that was a big part of it. But then you can't deny that we really can learn a lot, like more globally, virtually, because we can access so much more and not have to lose all that travel time. So it's great too. So yeah, I respect that. You got to have a little bit of both, but that you can do the work across space and time, and it doesn't matter if you're where are you located for everyone watching?
Yeah, I'm in Latham, New York, which is near Saratoga Springs, Albany, Troy, Capital Region, New York.
Okay, so to Upper New York, and then but like you can literally work with people around the globe who have access and have found you, which is why we're doing these interviews, is to help people connect globally to the resources that they resonate with, because there's only one Dina. And so when people watch and they're like, I love her, now they can connect with you and you can work with them across space and time. It doesn't matter. And so I do love that. I love the in-person stuff too. I think it's great. And you were here and I had to go away, so I missed you on that one. But we will get together for sure. I know we will.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's one of the things that you do. And then also you were mentioning Jen, and so we're all kind of participants in this online Divine Feminine circle, and you provide coursework and guidance in that as well. And then you were mentioning that you've also contributed to an anthology in a book.
Yes.
So is that about your spiritual journey as well?
A little bit, yeah. So the book is called My 2 Cents on Self-Love. And I wrote 1 chapter, and the name of that chapter is The Dragon Puzzle. And it's a chapter where I talk about a portion of my life which brought me into a deeper spiritual path of where I am with the dragons, but it was, that path of my self-love practice and wanting to share on that. So it's one chapter. It's my 2 cents on self-love, and people can buy a journal too.
Oh, cool.
And I also published a journal too, my own journal with my own journal with my art on it as well.
Nice.
And so through the same, through Misty Lee of Campgrounds Publishing TBD, which is a nonprofit that I really align with. So all the proceeds for that, the journal go to Hayden's Ray, which is a 501(c) in her son's name, supporting people with their grief, different kinds of wellness support, overcoming addiction, things like that. So
Okay. All right, cool.
I know I just threw that in, but it's on here. It's Hayden's Ray. So
yeah. Okay, so we'll make sure if you're listening, you're out with your kids or running around, driving, whatever. We've got we'll put Dina's links and how to contact her in the description, so you can come back over and circle through and find the resources that are vibing with you today and connect with Dina for sure. But you've got a couple of classes coming up. If you're listening to this when we're recording it, in November, today's November the 9th, right? So
yeah.
What have you got coming up? A couple of healing art classes?
Yes. So on November 16th, my soul sister Linda of, oh my gosh, I'm all of a sudden blanking on her business name, Wild Child, Moonchild.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. We have a once a month intuitive art and healing online class, which is done via Zoom, and we combine our gifts and people show up. It's only a $35 fee, and they get to receive not only intuitive guidance on how to paint and bring through their own light codes, their own soul codes, but they also receive some healing frequencies, healing guidance, meditation. And this month we're focusing on heart healing. And that's November 16th at 7 p.m. And the next one is on the 19th. And my soul sister, Angie Sellers, and I are doing Healing the Inner Child with the Dragons. And again, that's going to be a collaboration where we're each bringing in healing frequencies and including dragons from the dragons, and the participants get to feel and experience the dragon energy and paint with that energy and get to work through their inner child healing, but in a really fun, unique way. So
that sounds fun. So build community online, collaborate, and make some art and do some healing. That sounds like a good time.
These have been very intuitively, very guided. It was like we have the structure and then we flow.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. We'll share that in our Facebook group too, so people can click on that and sign up. That we'll put it in the description as well.
Thank you.
So Dina, I know you've got a busy day ahead, and we'll kind of wrap it up so people can jump on the description and learn more about you, connect with you, make friends with you on Facebook and whatever. But any last wisdom, words, encouragement, or anything that you want to share with the audience today that we haven't really covered?
Really the biggest thing is there's really only one you. And it's so, we're all at different places on the path. And the most important gift you can give yourself is honoring where you are right now and knowing that there's a reason for it. And whether you feel guided to me or trust yourself, because that's the biggest gift. I feel like that's been something that I've been learning over time. And if I could just instill in others the value of trusting themselves, I feel like I've done something positive,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We're so used to trusting or getting our guidance from outside of ourselves. So
Yeah.
learning to trust within and make that connection, that's big.
It's very rewarding too. Somehow the universe, I feel like the more I trust myself, the more I feel kind of rewarded in some way, shape, or form. Like, this interview, like I don't think I would have seen you a year ago. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I would have been like, I don't know if I'm ready.
yeah, right. Yeah. The timing, trusting the timing and trusting your, divine knowing. And it's really can it not doesn't necessarily make life easier. It just makes it flow better, right? Like you just go with the flow more. You let it be easy. You just
Exactly.
coast down the river.
It's like, why not think of the best case scenario versus the worst case scenario? Yeah.
Yes. Focus on that you want. 100%. Totally agree.
Yeah, that would be my last words, I guess, for today.
Awesome. Well, we so appreciate getting the chance to meet you and letting me introduce you to, our global audience. We've interviewed folks from, I think, not Antarctica, but most continents, and it's really fun to connect and, let our experts get to know one another and let our audiences get to know new people, new ways of thinking. And a lot of times I think it's like, oh, wow, they think like that too. I didn't know somebody else was on like the same path as me. So it's really empowering to meet, people. And so I'm sure some folks are watching today and want to connect with you. So y'all just come back to this video. Make sure you subscribe to WellNest Global so that you can meet these wonderful people and maybe get to meet in person one day. And but you can connect online. So go into the description and check out the links and connect with Dina and maybe, sign up for the class next week. That sounds like a lot of fun. And the other offerings that are there too. So thank you so much, Dina. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for today and say goodbye to all of our audience. And we will see you all back here next time on YouTube at WellNest Global on Consilience. Have a great week.